Find myself in a full circle. I was at the same hospital giving birth to or transferring my daughter here. And then this hospital when I lost the function of my kidneys. And I'm back. And I just thank everyone for the care that they put into me and that I won't forget. I can never forget the people who've helped heal me, who've prayed for me, prayed over me, and sat and prophesied to me. So it turns out that my daughter was rushed to the ER as well. She's staying overnight in the hospital at the same time as me because her breathing got really bad. And I don't find it to be a coincidence. I find it to be a mirror in a different galaxy. And she is my daughter. I fall in love with humanity more and more when I see nurses and people who come in and change the trash, people who deliver the food. I don't think that that's just a light. I think it defines humanity. People who help heal other people, and sometimes in all my loneliness, I forget. I'm constantly thinking about myself and my love life, and it can be a bit selfish in a sense. I can't be selfish, but seeing people take their job serious. There was this lady today, and her name was Shauna, and you could tell that she actually cared about her job. She cared about it to the point where, like, she had awards that she was nominated for. And to me, I was like, yo, you may not have won those Daisy Awards in their eyes, but in my eyes, and your treatment and your skill, I find you to be up there with doctors itself. But instead of focusing on that healing avenue or like the cutting and the surgery, you focused on the care. I'm watching Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, which is one of my favorites. He's such a sillykins. And I think about how music is my safe zone and my healer. And I was listening to Noah Khan. He said, I'm an astronaut and you're the moon. I stare at you and I'm like, how beautiful is that written? Do you know what I mean? I think he wrote it for his mom or something, but it's a beautiful song that I had in my head when I woke up from surgery. But the humans and the humanity that goes into healing by feeling empathetic in certain situations, without being taken advantage of the healthcare, without taking advantage of, um, without taking advantage of the people who are trying to help. You can find that balance to not be so selfish and yelling at them, being like, oh, you didn't come in time. Oh, I'm paying all this money, for care and you're, not giving me. And it's like they made it through the pandemic, the first one, through COVID, and they're still striving to be the best they can be in the healthcare. And there's tons of doctors coming online from all ways of life, from African to Somalian is African, sorry, from African to Australian to American to African American to, and I find that to be beautiful because in the time of my sickness, in the time of my desperation, the universe got together to conspire to give me the best care possible because they don't want to see me die. You don't want to see the earth die. Freaking David Attenborough, Sir David Attenborough, lives and he's 100 years old. That the universe saw his struggle. I'm just like, he's speaking for us. He's speaking for the whales. He's speaking for the dolphins. He's speaking for the, any animal you could think of. He's spoken for them. And he got to live to 100 years old and probably more. He could probably make it a 120. He'd probably make it a 500 and be Noah's Noah's great grandfather or something. I remember sitting in the hospital bed, crying over my father, my papa, how much tears I flooded in the medical, how much finances that equates to. Even though they were sad tears, they were a healing in the industry. And I circle back and I'm here. I'm here and I'm trying the best I can to continue, not just because I love my kids, but because God promised me that I would find the love of a partner that will help balance the universe. And that promise, although fulfilled from afar, I'd like to see what else He got in store for me. How many lives and relationships that I can inspire by truly being myself, by truly being honest with my emotions and my feelings for someone else. Even if that emotions and those feelings aren't reciprocated the way that I wish, do you know how deeply I loved? I love deeply. And being that I loved this deeply without having parents that loved me as deeply as I wished, I find a surrender, a surrender in love. And I've never been able to surrender to anything but the love of Jesus Christ. I hoped and I prayed and I wished to bring love to this planet in a way that does not glorify the flesh, but glorifies the meeting in heaven at the top of Mount Olympus, the top of the mountain, where gods congregate to find peaceful situations, where they congregate to dance and sing and write, communicate. Before going under, I was so nervous. I was nervous because I said, I don't think I want to come back. I'd probably kiss death on the cheek and marry myself to the soul, spread light in the darkness. That wasn't his plan. It wasn't Goddess's plans. I feel like they sent me here to do what I always do. I speak of love in depth. I speak of love of trees, love of nature, love of art, love of science in a sense, love of my papa, my nana, my mom, Andrew Osier, John Byrne. I feel like you guys are just the galaxy and I'm the sky, the darkness of it, the darkness of the bottom of the ocean where sickness congregates and God sends archangels and angels of nurses and doctors and He communicates through them to give me the message. Don't leave, don't leave me here. So seeing my daughter at the same time going to the ER and being admitted, I was thinking one of two things. Some feminines are so mad and throw curses so hard that my feminine is affected in all ways. But then I think on the other side, that God has sent us to bless the nurses and the doctors and the cleaning crew and the phlebotomists and the people who take the pictures of your body. What are those called? I don't remember right now.
Um, picture takers, picture takers who take pictures of your insides and send it to the doctor. And I'm able to write a check to Jesus' name to build up the facilities that help. But I do it secretly in the dark to make sure that no one's overburdening the nurses and those who continue to overburden the nurses without fair and adequate just pay. They get their karma in their darkness too. So I know this is off topic, but I want to thank the Ethiopians. I met this guy named Zariah. I think it's Zariah. And he told me about how the kids get the first name of the father as their last name. And I found that to be so awesome. But he showed me how like Ethiopian Orthodox Christianity, Jewish light is still here. It's still around. And he was kind to me and he showed faith. And this other lady came in. Oh, I forgot her name. I think it starts with a J. She came into my hospital bed and she was prophesying. She was like, if if you believe it, it will happen. Jesus got you. And she made my soul cry. Right. And I met this other nurse. Her name is Preet, but I called her Priya for some reason. I called her Priya because there was this goddess a long time ago in this ancient Egyptian or ancient mythology that transferred to mythology from Hinduism to Egyptian mysteries. And she was a healer, goddess of healing. And I called her that Priya on accident. She didn't correct me, but I know her name's Preet. And I had a conversation with her, and she's like 21, you know, super sweet and super young. And she's like model to me. But she came back today, and I was like, yay, I'm so excited. And seeing, being in the hospital and seeing these people, these nurses and the doctors. So today, my doctor was a Jewish man. First, I was nervous. I was like, "Mm, Jesus?" And Jesus said, have faith. He had the menorah or the thing on his head, everything. His name was Heinberg or something like that. And he said he's moving back to Israel. I was like, okay, another crucifixion coming. But he turned out to be the sweetest man. He turned out to be the kindest person, doctor. And he did really well with my abdomen. It didn't feel all scarred up and stuff after. But after I woke up, I saw two things, and I'm gonna get offline because I'm tired. I'm a little bit in pain when I wasn't expecting it, but I can't sleep like this. I have to take some Tylenol or something because it's starting to hurt really bad. I don't like the feeling of pain. I had a vision when I was under. My first vision, it was a white horse, not like a unicorn, a shiny, glowing white horse. It was a pale, sickly horse. Sickly. In this dream, oh, crunchy or smooth peanut butter. I love smooth peanut butter. I love Jif. I'm obsessed with Jif. I won't switch to any. I tried Skippy and everything else. I will not. I just love Jiffy because it's so smooth. Anyway, I saw a white horse. It wasn't a pale, I mean, it wasn't a bright white horse where you're like, unicorns exist with a shimmery of rainbow. No, it was a sickly horse, almost seeing its bones, and it was pale. And the second one I saw was a black horse, beautiful, dark. Even the eyes were dark. And I saw this second horse right after I saw the pale horse. And I remember waking up. I was like, I need to remember this. I need to remember this. So after the anesthesia, I was like, I had a vision. I just saw two horses. I said there was a white horse, a pale white horse, and there was a black horse. And I told that to the nurses. I was like, I was under and I saw these, they're on this like front line, like I don't know how to explain it. But these two horses, there wasn't four or three, it was two horses on the front line. And I wasn't scared of it, but the vision will slowly seep into my physical world to where I can remember the full story. But right now, that's what I woke up and I remember, told myself remember. Because sometimes I get anxious going under. He drinking that whole broth too. It must be good. He must really like that soup. Oh, I want to try it. I never seen Guy drink. Look, wherever this place is, I want to try it. He ate the whole thing. He ate the whole bottle. Flavor Town, baby. I try it. um, I'm in pain, but I don't want to take any more medicine. When I got up from that vision and I spoke it aloud, anyway, the doctor I had was going back to there's no music playing, nothing. Um, so God told me at the end, He goes, doesn't matter what the religion is. It doesn't matter who they pledge their fealty to, what God. It matters what happens in the heart of man. So you can't judge a whole group of people based on their religious views. And I said, I'm cleaning out the closet because people, demons and stuff, think they can hide in religion and hold keys above humans. So when I speak, it's not about the religious views, it's about what's hiding within the religious views. And so we had that conversation. But other than that, I mean, I find my time here and my suffrage to be worth it. I know, oh, you're suffering. You shouldn't glorify your suffrage. I think suffering is what made me who I am today. If everything was handed to me, I wouldn't turn out this way. I wouldn't be able to speak my mind. Oh, that ramen looks so good. He's so silly. He's so silly. Give me some. Awesome. Hey, and the hospital food is getting better. You guys, the hospital food is getting better. I'm so proud of them. I was like, wow, you guys got a new contract or something? Because that salmon was good. It was grilled with rice and string beans. I was like, no salt? Tastes hella good. I was really impressed. That's it. So, I mean, I might just communicate more tomorrow because I'm tired. I'm gonna call my nurse and be like, yo, I'm hurting. Give me some pain pills. Stop playing with me. I want to sleep good this last night. Because when I go home, there's no pain meds for me. You know, I know my mother was an addict. I'm very smart at controlling my behaviors, but I do understand people take advantage of the system. When it comes to pain med, I don't like feeling pain. I already got to suffer in this body. Like, hook it up while I'm here. Because when I go home, I'm not gonna call the doctor and be like, give me some pain meds. No, I'm gonna suffer and be happy with it. Take some Tylenol. I don't need opioids to feel fulfillment in my life. Jesus is my opioid. He is. Yeah. Anyway, anything else I want to say? I think we're changing the healthcare. I think we're changing it. I also think if you guys notice, there's some changes that are being implemented from higher up. You guys not be able to see, but I'm talking out of this galaxy because they don't want to see the earth die. So some nurses really are angels, guardian angels. Some doctors really are being controlled and maneuvered through geniusness and art and composition, Bach, and sometimes that brilliance is just seeming, sewing art and science together. Um, I mean, that's it. I'm gonna watch Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives till I go to sleep. Call my nurse. Watch a couple Hosier interview snippets. I'm obsessed. That guy is a great interviewer. Ugh, the conversation is so smooth. The transitions, he knows what he wants to say. With it's like a conversation. I'm pretty impressed. And then how Bashful. How bashful he is. I can't. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I gotta calm my blood pressure down now, girl. Uh. So that's what I'm gonna do. Watch Triple D. Look at other stuff, and good night. That's all I got.